Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Monday, November 17th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I'll start with this chart, weekly bar chart, going back several years. And it shows a rising channel bottom at 185.65. That's performed pretty well over the last couple of weeks in containing selling pressures and can continue to do so through the rest of the year. Holding above 185.65 with present volatility, we could see 219.64 by the end of December. 219.64 is the beginning of a range up to 228.94, these two longer-term wave counts. And I'll let you do the simple math here if you want to freeze frame. By the way, A in this picture, if I'm covering it up, is the October 22 low, a significant longer-term low following a one-year bear market in NVIDIA, as was also the case with the broader market. Now, I do have 213.81, and this will be a level we'll continue to monitor through time. It is rising at a very steep pace. It's already above 219, 228. And so we'll just see how that goes. But in terms of just kind of like the 3 to 5 week, 2 month at the most swing trade right now, it is anticipating the 219.64 to 228.94 region, so long as we continue placing settlements above 185.65. Now, 185.65 is on the daily chart 185.01. And you can see we've certainly spiked below this area. In fact, we opened below it on Monday. These open-based sell signals, I've never, you can't disregard them. But in terms of just the daily bar chart analysis, it is settlement based. So the fact that we closed above 185.01 and continue to do so over the last couple of weeks does show support in the market. It is not so fast if you're wanting to sell it. It is a settlement below 185.01 that would be our sell signal. But until then, I think we can anticipate higher trade. 201.61 in reach possibly this week. If we happen to close today above 191.01, which is last Friday's high, the pullback low over the last week or so, I think that is our pivot point into later week. Now, on an intraday basis, pushing above 191.01, does it mean the market's going to run? Not necessarily. So just be careful. I'm just putting it out there as a settlement-based buy signal. After having tested the mid-180s repeatedly for the last week and a half or so, a settlement today above 191.01, I think, does clarify 201.61 as in reach. With present volatility, this could be 2 to 3 days. It could also take into Friday. I would expect it within the week with a settlement today above 191.01. I will also say that with that 201.61 is in reach anyway over the next week or two.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
Above that 185.01 to 185.65 area that I showed earlier. So this is a 1 to 2 week objective regardless. It just narrows to within possibly 2 to 3 days of closing today above 191.01. And I do see over the next 2 to 3 weeks 216.47 in reach. So long as we continue closing above the significant 185.01 to 185.65 area, I think we can anticipate 216.47 over the next 2 to 3 weeks, by which time it actually converges anyway with that previously shown 219.64 area. So that's a big zone of resistance that, if tested, can absorb buying on a monthly, possibly quarterly basis. We could quite easily fall away from this upper area on a quarterly basis, let's say through the first quarter of 26. Now, covering the downside, it is a bit stair-step, but I do see on an intraday basis potentially 176.76. So if we break or open today below 185.01, the 176.76, that is that October low, in reach today. If we close below 185.01, This is more of a 2 to 3 week target, I think, realistically, but with present volatility, once again, we could see this by the end of next week, 164.07, which is that pullback back in September, and that is a meaningful low. But overall, I do see that a settlement below 185.01, 185.65 does set up 157.71. This is probably a 2 to 3 week target, 3 to 5 weeks with reduced volatility where we could bottom out through the first quarter and from here round up into the 219, 228 area within 2 to 3 months or so. And so I like 157.71. It's an extreme rising channel bottom that comes off that April low, that significant low. It also lines up a bit yet with the January high, 153.13. It precedes it, which makes a lot of sense because you almost always have bottom pickers that are attempting to buy the market ahead of this old high if we were to fall down toward it. And I would expect falling down toward it if we were to close below 185.01 today. That sets up a sell signal to 157.71. 157.71 able to contain monthly, possibly quarterly selling pressures. And if we close below 157.71, then we've got a 2 to 3 month sell signal down to 118.81. And 118.81 is our base of long-term support, trend-defining support really through 26. We can round up from here through 26. I only expect 157.71 unless we close below 185.01. And I only expect 118.81 unless we close below 157.71. I don't see it likely that we'll fall to 118.81 if we close below the mid-180s. I just see it as stair-step. I would rather we take the more reliable stair-step approach. If we're to ultimately test 118.81, it would be because we're short below 157.71 and not holding out below 185.65. Until then, we are bottom-picking trend support, as I say, in the mid-180s that will keep the 201.61 level in reach between now and the end of next week, and the 216.47 level in reach over the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 3 to 5 weeks. If we were over the next, say, 3 to 5 days, over the next week or two to close above 201.61, now we have another 1 to 2 week rally to 216.47. It's about as simple as that. And I think I'm going to leave it at that for Monday's NVIDIA report. You have a great day.